So it is, I'm dead again. But that's the funny part. I'm always dead. Dead, dead, dead. Come with me, my dead. Let's march upon the living, munch and crunch upon their bones and catch the breath they're given. Ooh, the king is coming, and the old man is getting tired.
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Saturday night. I'm Kevin from Level 9 of the Dungeon, and tonight we're playing the Apocrypha Adventure Card Game. If you're watching on YouTube, I just want to let you know that this is filmed in front of a live Twitch audience sometimes. It's a small audience, but there is an audience, and sometimes I will talk to them. I have included a chat bug here from now on, so if anybody joins me, you will see, and it won't feel like I'm just talking off camera to somebody. It's a new thing. We're going to try it out. Where did we last leave our heroes in the Apocrypha Adventure Card Game? Book of the Deathless. Sam Yee and Dr. Zees had just tried to check into a hotel and get some very much needed R&R. It's still the very first night they got into Hanging Stone, Alberta, Canada. After several different encounters with crazy shit that's going on there, they got in their hotel room. Almost immediately, Zeus just got into a tub for a relaxing bath, and boom, a zombie came into the broke into the apartment or the motel room, and that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the evening. They ended up tracking down or going to the infestation of, we'll call it the outbreak, a mini outbreak, and just outside of Hanging Stone, between a motel, a liquor store, and a refinery that's nearby. At the refinery, they met a person they believe, or a thing, it was more of a thing, that they believe was maybe the cause, or at least one of the higher ranking. There wasn't a lot of chance to talk to this thing. They killed him before they could really interrogate him. Sam and Zees aren't the interrogating type. They're more of the take care of the issue right away and then ruminate and research on it later. And that's exactly what Dr. Zees is doing on his phone as Sam and he are driving back to the hospital to meet up with his friend, or at least where the doctors are. The hospital. The hospital's had dealt with a fire in the emergency room, had closed down that part of the hospital, and is dealing with everybody in another section of the hospital. And they were heading there now, figuring they didn't want to stay at the motel anymore after there's a dead zombie in the room. So they're heading back, even though they haven't. Zeus is looking up stuff on his phone. He's got links to archives and archives saved on his phone that he's going through, trying to find an indication of who and what they just met and killed at the refinery. It was a very oddly dressed gentleman who, and his face markings were very different. The face markings actually reminded Dr. Cease of Baron Samedi, and he had the hat and all. So Dr. Zeus, Sam is telling him he should be sleeping. Zeus is tired. They have not slept for, I would say, they'd gotten some sleep on the plane going to flying out there, but they haven't slept in quite a while. Going on maybe 18 hours of sleep. It is approximately 11:30 at night, at this point, 11:30, almost midnight, if not midnight. And they're driving back in Hanging Stone. And Sam looks over and to Zeus and says, "You need to get off your phone and take a nap." Or something. I don't know. And maybe they'll have cots at the hospital, but I won't. And he glances back at the road, and there's someone in the road. And he immediately swerves, hits a snowbank. The snowbank whips his car around, just takes control of the wheel. Sam has to take his hands off. They're slamming around, and boom, they sideways into, not tipped over, they just sideways into deeper in the snow off the road. The window wipers are going. Sam's looking out the window. It's been snowing. It's been snowing for hours now. He doesn't see anything on the road anymore. The lights shine out in pretty much utter darkness. They were probably, Sam would figure, maybe 10 minutes outside of town at that point. So he tries, and nothing's happening. Before I get going any further in the story, I do want to say that this mission was kind of cool because the Gate of Silence, and there are penalties for speaking during the... I need a mission card for this. Where is this? If someone talks, if anyone speaks, they suffer 1 soul damage. If anyone spoke on your turn, you add a new Omen of Doom to the well, which is a special location that comes into play at the end of this book. Obviously, I thought about it. It'd be kind of kitschy for me to play and not talk at all. But I don't know how much all of you watch me versus listen to me. I'm going to guess there's a lot more listening than there is watching. So we're not going to do that. I am going to try to weave the idea of the silence into the story or the fiction. Other than that mechanic, there are a couple other things I got to try to keep in mind when we evaluate versus a deathless threat. If there's any archetypes displayed, we have to add +1. Oh, we get to add +1. Basically, every time we defeat a certain minion, we get to display its card next to the mission. For every one of those, we're going to be able to add +1 to deathless threats. Not against us, but for us. It helps us. The more we kill, the better we get. Damage, you may add 1 fragment to the well to decrease rage or soul damage by 5. Okay. And yeah, and then the whole talking thing. I think what I'll do is I'll add a couple Omens of Doom to the well just for good measure, or maybe I have to work into the fiction and do it then. I want to keep feeding the well. Make sure that I don't forget that. Get so wrapped up in this shit. All right, so they are in the middle of nowhere. The car's not going anywhere. The wheels are firmly stuck in it. Sam gets out and he looks at it. He doesn't have a shovel. It's a rental car. Dr. Zeus is certainly not going to help him push. He doesn't want to ask him to help him push. He doesn't even know if he could get them out if they both were pushing. They're going to have to hoof it. He steps up on the road, looks around. Whatever or whoever was in the road is no longer there. Damn it. Oldest trick in the book. Damn it. This is going to be Sam's turn. He's got some wishful thinking, protection pour, teetotum, and a couple of omens. He's got this cool enduring fragment now that if you evaluate versus a threat, he can discard an Omen of Doom and re-roll all the dice and trash 1. That I think we're going to be using quite a bit, maybe. First Omen of the game of this. What the? All right, so yeah, that was the other thing of the mission. A couple of missions go the same thing where I had to shuffle minions into the Omens deck. So when you draw an Omen, you might draw this. Now we got to encounter it, or you draw an Omen. And it was like 2 missions back, and I like the whole game we never drew the minions. And I was like, I knew I put them in there, and sure enough, they were like all stacked at the bottom. So it made the mission a little easier, that's for sure. Not this time. No. This time, Sam looks, and whatever was out there, he can't see it. And he's looking in the direction of where. And then he turns all the way around. And there's most certainly something in the middle of the road. And it's not what he saw in front of the car. That was a person, maybe a woman. This is a monstrosity. It's the same thing that they encountered in the hospital ER room. It's almost like it's standing up when he looks at it, and it's good 7.5, 8 feet tall. Grotesque, almost like someone had taken a very bad artist had tried to recreate a clown face on top of this thing. It's an abomination, and mixed with a little bit of clown, which freaks me out right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's standing there in the middle of the road, kind of raises itself up to the tallest height, and then it bellows. Its mouth drops whiter than it should. All right, Sam. Sam, my man. Did we draw an omen? Yes, we did. That's the omen. Okay, great. Let's see what's in Dr. Z's hand. We got a pulpit. Hello, pulpit. We got a protection pour as well. We got bones. We got bait. And... oh, lantern cloud. Oh. I realized that he has an enduring fragment that decreases his hand size by 1. And I put it back on top. And he did start with the integrating ray, which was cool because he had started every mission so far with the integrating ray in his hand. Of course, he didn't right now. And I was excited to show you, and he's going to use it. Can bait be used during transfer? That is at the end of the turn. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. Okay. If we avoid this, I don't think it's not going to go back in the deck. It says reload. So I was just thinking of protection pour says avoid versus a threat, sacrifice this, avoid and reload the threat. Because we pulled this from the Omen deck, I was thinking maybe it wouldn't go back on the deck, but the card says to do that, and you follow what the card says, so I think we'd still have to face it. So I think we're going to have to take care of this SOB. Alrighty then. Right off the bat. Okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I don't know about Sam. Sam, in the middle of a snowstorm, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a snowstorm, on a deserted road, with the headlights of the car framing him and this thing perfectly. He's got to face down whatever a patch is. Initiate Soul 10. If you fail, bury the top card of your deck. Okay, the bullshit starts immediately. Sam has 2 in Soul, but he does have Sense, which is nice. Do you need extra sense? He does not have extra sense. He does get 3 dice. He needs a 10. 6 and 6s and 6s. Sam is not as shooken up by this thing. He narrows his eyes. He looks back, glances back at the car real quick, trying to judge how fast he can get to the car. Or if he needs to take care of this thing now. Oh boy. Alright, so he has sense, although I'd love to use hacking instead. Oh, so that's what this comes in. So there's a bunch of minion A's. There's minion A's in the locations, and this is a patches of minion A. And there's a bunch of minion A's in the Omen deck. That's why if I beat him, I put him next to the mission card over here. And there's going to be a bunch of them, so then I'll add +1 whenever I take him on subsequently. For every deathless threat, actually. Excellent. Excellent. He does not have a good hand for dealing with this guy. So do we avoid him and let Zeus fight his ass? Zeus has got bait. Huh. The guy at the hotel, the front desk guy, had a can of very familiar stuff there, which colloquially among the saints is called protection pour. It's an odd mixture of like graveyard dirt and vodka and a little bit of salt and pepper. Some people add hot sauce. It's up to you. But the point of it is, unlike salt, is a little bit more of a powerful barrier if you spread it around. Apparently the guy at the front desk is a little bit, or at least somebody there was a little bit of an occult follower. Sam, I think we're going to do that. This is what we're going to try. And we're going to try playing this and see if we play it correctly. He is going to, during the avoid phase, which is right at the beginning. Yeah, so he doesn't even have to confront it. Oh, I did the initiate thing. It's okay. This actually would happen before him rolling the dice. So he immediately busts out this can that he had picked up at the hotel and spreads it out in front of him. And this thing roars and then comes running at him and then stops. And it's meanwhile, Zeus sees all this out the front window because the car had turned around. He's looking right at it. He opens up the car to get out. We're going to reload this, which means this goes back on top. And go to end. So he's going to reset his hand. That's a sacrifice. It's not a tool, so it's gone. He's going to draw back up to 5. And we're going to pass the turn to Zeus. Zeus is drawing. Oh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. Yeah, so he didn't even draw off the top of this card. Oh, scheisse. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Start, shuffle one new threat and one new soul gift into this nexus. I was supposed to do that. I have them set up right here. This gets shuffled in. So what's happening here is crazy. This is crazy time. So I'll put this. This is going to go here. That's the one minion that we drew. This is the second one that we just drew off the. Zeus opens up the car door, keeping his eye on the thing that's out in the road in front of Sam. Sam's surrounded. Sam, meanwhile, makes sure he gets a full circle around himself. Sam gets out, and Sam sees it. And he's like, no. And then he notices, and to the right, coming out of the forest, is another large shadow. And Zeus looks over just because Sam points. And Zeus looks over, and sure enough, another one of these things is coming out of the shadows of the forest. All he see is the fucked up white face with some azure glowing eyes. Azure, no. Red glowing eyes. Shit. Zeus thinks. He reaches in the back seat. We gotta confront this guy. There's 2 of them. Oh. He never got a chance to do this. Yeah. We're not getting any chance to, oh boy. Alright, what's this? Well, confront versus a deathless card. For each of your deathless fragments, you may add or subtract 1 from your number of deaths. What does that even mean? Sense. He has no sense. See, what I wanted to do is use the bait. I wanted to use this to just automatically win against this guy. Oh, wait. That doesn't work because it's only on non-true threats. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I think we... what a situation we've found ourselves in now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh... I guess we're just going to have to take our chances. Do I do the same thing? He's got protection pour too. Zeus always carries something. His is more of the salt variety, just straight up salt. And try to get a better situation going. Yeah. What happens when this is flipped over? Start. May shuffle one new body gift into this nexus. Yeah. Oh, don't need body gifts, man. Man. Okay. All right, we're going to do this first. Zeus, slowly as this thing's coming out of the forest, keeping his eyes on that, he takes his own little special mix of protection pour that he keeps on him at all times. Opens the car door and throws it across. Actually, no, because then it'd just be wasted in the snow. Yeah. Sam's on the road. There's a little bit more... Yeah. Zeus opens up the car window and pours it along the car window. I would think that maybe works. Throws it around the dash. This is going to do the same thing. Now we have two of these bad boys here. Maybe... Maybe they move. Because... Maybe we move. Okay, so that does that. He's going to end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's the same. He's going to draw, and he draws his integrating ray, which is awesome. We're going to pass the turn. Don't draw another one of these. Crap, dude. Did I shuffle? Oh, my God. There's a third. Player number 3. This is payback, karmically, for the game I told you about, like the mission 2 missions ago. Shit. Zeus goes to move. Hey, Heroic. How's it going, my friend? We're in a conundrum here. Sam, Zeus goes to move over into the driver's seat, and he looks out the driver's side window, and coming on the other side of the road is another one of these things. Oh, Sam. Okay, well, we can't avoid this one, unfortunately. I was thinking if we got an omen, we could have just skipped encountering and used these protection pours to run away, maybe get out, use the pour some way to keep them at bay while they get out of there, which still might happen, but he's going to have to deal with this one. He can't avoid. So we got to roll. Here's 3 dice to roll the soul. Double 6s and a 4. Nice. Okay, well, I'm rolling okay. I'm rolling good. He's not bearing. He turns. Fuck. He's totally surrounded by the protection pour, so he's not completely worried, but he's going to have to figure out what he's going to do here. All right. If he uses soul, Zeus is going to be able to help. Okay. So we're going to be using soul. He's only got 2 though, but he does have sense. We're going to mutate. We're going to figure out which mutation this is going to be. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reanimating. That's a terrible one. That's a terrible, terrible. Sam has soul at the bottom of his card, which means he can help himself with it as well. So because of that, we're going to roll 2 mutation die. I have to use the 3. Do I have anything that messes with mutation dice? In our hands or in our fragments? Value? No. 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 Okay. No. All right. So we're keeping a 3. 3 is during the evaluate step, you trash bonus dice. Great. That's fantastic. Okay. That's all right. He's going to discard the Teetotum to boost his soul. Sacrifice 1 tool or golem gift, lower the cost by 1. I can do that during evaluate versus threat. I have an Omen of Doom that I can trash to reroll all dice with that new enduring fragment, so that's good. Ooh. Check this out. Damage. Sacrifice, decrease damage to 0, then move. This is our escape route if the things go bad with this guy. As long as Zeus doesn't draw out of the Omen deck over here another one of these bad boys, he'll be able to move to catch up with Sam. Yeah. Okay. All right, 3. Anything else? Sense. He has sense, but it doesn't matter. We have to trash. The basket. Sacrifice 1 body or soul gift. Nope. Don't have anything to do there. Okay. Okay, what can you do? The integrating ray. So every mission in the Book of Deathless so far, Zeus has started with the integrating ray, and I'm pretty sure he's used it almost immediately within the first 2 turns because of some messed up crap like this. All right, so a symbol, sacrifice, add 1 die of each unused virtue. So that's going to save our butts here. He's skilled in hack, so he's going to bury it. And we have 6 dice. That's better. 6 dice and a little wishful thinking. And we're going to be able to reroll 5 of these. We need a 13. Sam turns and looks at the new one that's coming up kind of behind him, to the southwest of him. It's his 8 o'clock. And he turns, he sees this, and his heart drops a little bit. He drops enough, and he's starting to feel like it's hard not to feel oblivion just kind of sucking in on, and just everything just kind of blows out. He's in the middle of a dark road. The headlights of the cars kind of are on him. The wind's blowing snow everywhere. He's got these things surrounded. He's just protecting this one bit of salt with a little bit of salt, and it's, despair is riding shotgun. But because of the close proximity to despair at this moment is when he goes, I wonder if that light that I've been able to do with other people, when he's touching other saints, if he can draw on himself. Now, Zeus has discovered that quicker than Sam has, that he can access this light inside himself and use it. Sam, up until now, I believe, has only used it a couple times when he's in close proximity to another saint, because he looks through and he can almost see Zeus's eyes in the car, and then he goes inward as he can. He can't hear these things. Yes, he can hear them huff and puff. These things in the road as they're walking up. This one's coming, and it's getting closer, and he just closes his eyes and he goes down deep as far as he can, and everything goes quiet around him, and suddenly it's all blacked out. When he opens his eyes, it's still silent, which is kind of weird. But when he looks down at his hands are glowing, bright, like molten light. And he can't hear that. That's just my sound effect. And this thing's kind of coming up, and it looks even bigger than it did, like the other one did. And he, as it reaches out and it hits the, it like hits the barrier of the salt of the protection pore, and it stops, and it's still got its arms out though, like it's waiting for the wall to fall so that it can reach in and grab him. And he steps out, and it goes to grab him, and he uses both his fists to punch through right into this thing's chest or stomach, because it's stomach. And he just punches right through, and just like he's just kind of going on instinct now, and as sure enough as he kind of thought, his fists kind of go right through, not like gaseous, but like it hits it, and then he can feel it, a little bit of resistance, but like he's punching jello, and it's going, and he can feel it, his hands reacting to this thing as it starts screaming. He thinks it's screaming because he looks up he looks up, and this thing's like, it's screaming, but there's no sound coming out. And as he's kind of moving through this thing, he's pushing and pushing and pushing, and it feels a break as his hands go through. And then he pulls them back out as they're like open. Maybe grabs some stuff on the way. It just pulls the insides of this thing out, and this big wide hole opens up, and fringed with white glowing kind of it's molten pieces. And it looks up again, it's screaming, and it falls on its knees, and then he takes his hand and he shoves it in its mouth, and he shoves it down and down its throat, and he feels and he concentrates all his power on his fist, and it bursts out of the rest of his chest, the big cavity, the light bursts out of his chest, and it falls down and is decimated. He turns and quickly jumps back in the circle before the other thing has started moving around quickly. And everything is very quiet, and he sees off as the other one moves, the original one that he was looking at. He had turned around to watch it. It was coming around to try to get him from the other side. He sees something like, and that is the same form that he saw in his front of his windshield that made him go off the road. It's almost feminine looking. Now he realizes it's not as feminine as he thought it was. But it's a figure, and it's kind of lost in shadow. He can't tell if it's shadow or made out of snow. It flickers and it's gone. And then suddenly he can hear again. Everything's really loud, like this thing, the huffing of the one patch beast that's walking around the circle. The other one's dead. But the wind, everything comes back once that other figure flickers away. Okay. One One down. We're going to put this thing... We're going to put this next to the mission so that we do not forget we get to add +1 and against deathless threats. Okay. That's Sam's going into transition mode. Transfer. During transfer mode, because he defeated it, we can keep going. Yeah. He's going to, during transfer, this can happen during anybody's, we're going to display this at this nexus. While displayed, if we initiate versus a non-true threat, we can say, oh, it's a non-true threat though. I don't think we want to waste it here because I think we're going to get the hell out of here. Never mind. As you were. All right, so Sam's going to draw up to 5. And it is Zeus's turn. Please, Omen deck, not another one of these. There are 7 in there. That's between you and I, just so you know. There are 7 in here. And we've drawn 3 already. The first 3 cards of this deck have been minions. Fucking shit. Damn mother. Fuck. There's like a pack of them. There's a pack of these fucking patches. Alright, Zeus. Zeus, the car suddenly goes... Poof. Zeus watches this happen, and he's just ready to bounce out. And he's like, he's happy that Sam figured out the whole thing. And he's going to use that. But he feels the car go. Poof. He looks in the rearview mirror because he's now on the driver's side, and sure enough, it's another one of these things in the back on the trunk, and it's like trying to pick up the car or move the car. Yes, it's moving the car towards the road. It's attempting. It starts pushing it towards the road. Interesting. Okay, Zeus, are you gonna take care of this guy or what? Well, we used it. We blew the integrating ray. Sam can't help on the soul check. Sam can help on a rage check. Zeus has no real rage, though. You'd have to roll 2 dice. Okay. We're not going to get any help. He has no sense, or does he have? He has resist. Oh, he does have sense. How many enduring fragments does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have enduring fragments from 5+ unique chapters, do they mean chapter books? I think that's what they mean. Books. Yeah. No, he does not. Right? Deathless. 1, 2, 3. He has 3 different, so that doesn't work. Anyway, sense 1. Sorry. We're not going to mutate because Sam cannot help, and he can't help himself with soul. He has sense of 1. He's going to use the Lantern Clown here to boost his soul. The Lantern Clown's the one that showed him how to use that power, how to reach in and grab that power inside himself. What else we got? We got ways. We got other things we can do. Does he have a... No. What about avoiding? Cajun Spice. This is Sam's card. Avoid versus a threat or ally gift. Sacrifice. We avoid. And then you know what it doesn't go, his turn doesn't automatically end. This would make him shuffle this into the deck. So that's cool. Or should I just not worry about it and roll these for 5 dice? Maybe I should just not worry about it. We got ways of making this work. Alright, we're going to roll. I'm gonna roll. Z. Oh, we'll see. Crap. You know what? Well, okay. He's gonna win this, so that's good. Oh, he gets to add one to this anyway because we have one here. He's gonna win this, but I didn't roll here. I gotta roll his soul with sense for 10. Okay. He did not. He did not make that. He's gonna have to bury the top card of his deck. Okay, so the car lurching, he hit his head in the dash, and that messed him up a little bit. And that's when he looked back, and he was not prepared. And that whole despair riding shotgun is even more of a deal. Like, they're everywhere now. Anyway, so he loses a card, but he finds that little bit. He reaches down like Sam did, and he finds it quick because he's angry. He finds it really quick, and this time it manifests a little differently. He what's he gonna do? My first thought is he's gonna look in the rearview mirror and shoot that shit right out of his eyes, out of the rearview mirror, into the back window, and burning this thing, setting this thing on. Sure, laser eyes. I like it. Zeus finds a way. He brings it up, blows it out of his eyes into the rear. And now, you know what? He just turns around and just stares at this thing, and they shoot right out into the this thing that's pushing on the trunk in the back window. And Zeus had no idea this was going to work, but it hits it, scorches it, and starts a fire, and it just kind of erupts in flames. It starts screaming, and you can hear it turns and runs off he sees it burning and running into the forest, and then finally it falls, and the fire just keeps going. Yeah, so screw you, minion number 14. Okay. He beat it. No one wants to be defeated. There ain't nothing else he's gonna do. Does he anything else he's gonna do during transfer? No. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do? How many turns have we? I've only done this once, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. 2, 3. Oh, you know what? Every time I'm adding these because of this, I'm shuffling these minions in here. They're not on top anymore. But I think we're going to get out of here. I think it's going to make sense. You can't close the nowhere. So you can't seal it if there are other nexuses. And there are 3 other nexuses. Okay, Zeus is going to end his turn. 1, drop to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he's at a -1. And pass the turn to Sam. Sam starts his turn. We are shuffling yet another soul, another threat in here. Nowhere is getting big quick. And we're going to draw. There's no way it could be a 5th. No way. Good. Finally. The horror is over. Omen of Doom. Pain. Sam, with his glowing hands, puts his hands up. They're glowing. That makes this patch thing kind of move back. The one on the road. Zeus gets out, following Sam's lead. Zeus has got his eyes glowing, and he's watching the one that's over here. There are still, we've beat 2 of them. There's 4. There's 2. There's one that come to the right of the car, and one on the road. And unfortunately, the car wasn't pushed far enough to get on the road. Maybe Zeus tried it, and the wheels are still spinning. So he gets out, and he and Sam they don't know what else they're gonna do but run. And start moving down the road. Not that Zeus can move too far. He's gonna have to take it easy. but they start moving down the road, keeping their lights up in order to keep these things at bay. They start moving down the road. We're going to leave here. Too bad Sam can't take him with him. So technically Zeus is going to be at the nowhere. A little bit further down the road, to the left, they see what looks like some buildings. And as they they go off the road towards these buildings, they realize they found themselves in a cemetery. And those buildings are mausoleums. That was Sam's turn. We're going to end, right? Can you move at any time in the turn? No, during transfer. That's at the end. So he's going to... We're going to start the turn for Zeus, who's going to add 2 cards to the Nowhere Nexus. Man, did that get crazy. Gosh. What is going to happen here? All right. But Zeus isn't going to encounter anything there. He's going to skip encountering and move. So that's it. We're drawing Omen of Hope for... Wait, did he draw? He didn't. Okay. This should have been Dr. Zeus. Sam, starting his turn, we're drawing a new Omen of Hope. We're at the cemetery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, he should have recharged a card. He's gonna recharge this. Okay. Alright, so Sam just drew. At the cemetery, evaluate versus a relic gift. Trash the highest die. I'm not too worried about that. That's okay. It's okay. He's going to spend... What happens on the flip side? A symbol versus add a bonus die. I'm going to go ahead and play an Omen of Hope. He's going to examine 1. It's an Omen of Hope. And then he's going to investigate. He automatically gets this. And then we investigate again. Therapy dog. Well, let's see. This is not a relic gift. We're gonna... Sam's only got 2, but does have no, he doesn't have resist. He does not have resist. We're gonna roll 2 dice. We need double 6s to get this. Did not get it. We did not find the therapy dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He still has 6 cards, so he's gonna assemble versus. We're gonna play another Omen. As he's moving through this graveyard, he's looking. The ones that they had faced previously only followed them so far, and they are lost in the snow. But they're still waiting for them to come out of anywhere. And sure enough, they're not sure if it's the same one or a different one, but another one comes. A big tall shadow detaches itself from the mausoleum they were heading towards for shelter, and starts moving down through the cemetery at them. And sure enough, it's another one of these. Symbol versus a threat. Add 1 bonus die. Alright, we're going to mutate this card. Well, we're going to initiate first. He's got to roll 2 soul dice and 1 white die. And get more than... Damn. He's got to bury the top card of his deck. Camera Obscura. That's exactly the same thing that Zeus buried. Coincidences. Quinky dinkies. Alright, let's do better on this next roll. Roll a d10 to determine which mutation we're going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fiery. Alright, this is Sam and Zeus can help him. 5. Mutate. Each assisting saint recycles 1 ally gift. Alright, does he have an ally gift? He does not. Does Sam have an ally gift? He does not. All right, that's totally, I'll take that. Okay, Sam has two cents. I mean, 2 soul, 1 cent. He's got nothing else that's going to help him boost this. He's only got 3 dice right now. That's kind of crappy. Wow. We can re-roll these 5 times though. Well, 5 of them we can re-roll. Oh, I could add a bonus die. So it's 4 dice. Okay, all is not lost. All is not lost yet. He can trash an omen. Okay, so there's things we can do. 5, 5, and 2 1s. We're going to take 2 out of the 5 to reroll. All we need is that. That's what we need right there. Whew, okay. Well, this thing didn't have much of a chance. Between Sam with his glowing fists and Zeus's eyes, Sam decides he's not going to let this. Z Damon OG, hey man. There's a subscribe too, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the dungeon. So, in honor of the Naruto run of today, Sam, not wanting to deal with this thing as it's in between him and the mausoleum, and Zeus and him need to get out of the elements right now. They're freezing. It's cold. It's very, very fucking cold. And so Sam just starts running at this thing. Yeah, that was today. And, or was it today? Yeah. Wait, no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Because Jack Black even referenced it in his Jablinski Games post. In honor of that, Sam runs at this fucker, Naruto run, and when he's running, he almost blurs a little bit. He's booking through the snow, but even the snow's almost parting in front of the glow, and his body starts glowing. It's not just his hands, but his arms start glowing, and this thing reaches out for him, almost to kind of embrace him. This 8-foot fucked up clown looking thing, and Sam just blows into this thing. And it happens like Zeus is watching it. He's a little far removed from it, but it just looks like the thing just kind of all of a sudden detaches. All its arms, its head, it's part of its chest, its legs, all kind of detach. And a Sam-shaped hole as Sam just barrels through this thing. And it rains abomination for a second in slow motion almost. Now, this is a straight up minion A, which means we can immediately go to guarding, sealing this place. We really need this. This is a good win. In order to do that, though, we need to win versus the new soul gift. Oh, that's one of these. Fictionally, I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see it. We'll see if we make it first. All right, so he needs to. We can mutate this, right? Yeah, we're going to mutate this so that Zeus can help. Mutation number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reanimating. No. Cadaverous. 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 I'll reach out and grab you. All right. They're both going to mutate it. 6 and 4. We keep the 4. Terminate. Suffer 1 mind damage and bury the damage. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so Sam has 2 soul dice, 1 for sense. Nothing else he's going to use. We got 3 dice. And he needs a 12. He needs a 12. Ooh, hold up. Evaluate versus a soul gift. Sacrifice, upgrade all dice. Alright, hold on. 10, 11, 12. Never mind, don't even need it. Boom. Sam runs through this thing, and from Zeus's viewpoint, it just explodes. Sam's on the other side of this, and suddenly he has this moment of clarity. He looks, and there's a mausoleum here, and there's a mausoleum over here, and he's able to see the cemetery for what it is, and that one of the mausoleums isn't open. And it's kind of like a fake one, maybe not fake, but more decorative. And the other one is there is a door to it that might be open. Maybe he sees something that shows that it's a little bit more used, even though it's been snowing quite a bit and everything. There's light's kind of obvious, but he sees something that tells him the right one to go to. And in doing that, he closes this. We're going to seal this. He looks back and motions to Zeus and points at the other mausoleum, and he starts heading towards it. Well, actually comes back and helps Zeus, and they head toward it. And sure enough, the door opens after a little bit of pulling on it. Pull it, and they get inside, and we're in a new location. We got to seal this, which is fantastic. Is it it's fantastic in a sense, but they find themselves in this new place. It's a little bit of a memorial in the opening, the first room of this thing that they're in, but then there's stairs that go down, and they look kind of old. This isn't like a well-kept, I mean, this is out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Alberta, Canada. This is an oil field, the oil fields and salt lands. They go down and they find, let's say it's not necessarily open, the stairwell. They look around, they're in a small boxed-in room. There's a door, it goes into another room. It's like more like where people's bodies have been placed in coffins. But then there's a makeshift trapdoor kind of thing. And they open that up, and it's like the like basement stairs, like unfinished basement stairs. And they go down into that, and there they find all the bodies, well, of the skeletons and the bones, the people who couldn't afford coffins, probably miners and oil workers and people who didn't have family, who came here transient to do stuff and died, and were just kind of stacked down here for generations. The ossuary, which turns out to be a little bit of catacombs. There's, as Sam and Zeus find out, there's tunnels through this. There's a tunnel that runs through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sam doesn't need to draw any cards. We're passing the turn to Zeus, who's also here now at this ossuary. The Doom power is win versus a deathless threat. Roll 1 die. On a 1, shuffle the threat into its nexus. Okay. To win, we gotta fight a zombie. Much better if we flip it to hope. We're drawing an Omen of Doom. Alright. I think I'm going to do something special in October, because this whole book, the Deathless book, it's so good for October, and the final episode of this book is going to be the last weekend of October too. So I think I'm going to work it out so I can do not necessarily a costume, but filters. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something with this. This is going to be freaky. And I might narrate it differently too because of that. Anyway, that was a little bit of a spoiler there. All right. We got he's got 2 omens of hope and an omen of doom. The omen of doom isn't too bad. He's going to use his... Wait, we want to hold on to our omens of doom for this enduring fragment we got. Okay, we're going to do judgment. Omen of hope, judgment. Draw 1 card. He's going to draw a card. Zeus needs the heal. Yeah. And then we flip this to hope. Something cool happens if we... Red shoes. Alright, it's wicked, so that's cool. He gets resist 1. Alright, we're gonna do the body. He has 2 body and one resist for the resist here. And he win versus... I gotta remember, when he wins versus a threat, he heals 1. I should have healed this card here. All right. I don't know if we really want this, and as he does not see him, that does not figure into our story. We're going to play another Omen of Hope because we can. Symbol versus threat. There's something down here. As Sam and Z start making their way through these catacombs. At first, the bones are just like kind of strewn, like the very first place they walked down into, there isn't as many, maybe just a couple scattered, maybe rats had brought them out or something to chew on. As they start working their way down through this tunnel, we will say Sam carries a flashlight on him. Maybe they grabbed it from the car. They got a flashlight. As they go, the walls start turning from dirt or rough brick to literally stacks of bones. Like they're moving through these tunnels. They realize they're moving through tunnels made out of walls of bone. Like that shit underneath Paris. That's what this is like. So they're moving through, and they hear a clatter. As they're trying to figure out which way is north, which way is south. They need to go. They were heading north to get back to the village, not the village, the city. And so they're trying to orient themselves to get north. They think they've got a pretty good handle on it. Then they start hearing clattering, and the back from the way they came. And he turned back, and he shining a light back down there, and he sees bones fly a little further off. He hears clatter, and a little coming up, moving closer to him. Another bone shoots out of the wall, and then some more kind of fall down, and it's almost like like a poltergeist or something is throwing the bones, and it's moving closer and closer to them. And the bones behind them, all of a sudden he realizes that the bones that are flying out aren't actually hitting the ground, and they're getting sucked back up, and they're a little bit further behind, are moving and kind of coalescing into a little mini cloud of bones, a little mini tornado that's building as it starts flying and coming towards them, flying out from the walls and building itself as it's coming. This is Zeus, right? Yeah. Zeus is going to have to take care of this guy. He can use body or rage. I think he's going to be using some rage. Yeah. I got just the thing for it, too. So we're going to mutate this card because Sam can help with rage. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit. One of my old-time favorites, mutation, swarming. This would make a lot of sense with what I just described. We're gonna roll 1 die because it's just Sam helping him. A 5, I like it. Terminate. I hate swarming. Okay, Sam has to confront a copy of this threat as soon as. So this thing, they're hearing this and they're watching behind him. And Sam hears something behind him. He turns, and coming from the other direction is the same thing. It's coming on both sides, coming down both sides at him. There's whirlwinds of bone. Bone elementals. Symbol versus a threat. He gets to add a bonus die, so that's cool. He's this is Zeus right now. He's got 2 rage die. He gets to add a bonus die. He's going to be able to reroll 3 of them. We're going to just go ahead and do that for now. A mutation, add 1. Oh, shit. Okay, so that was a 5, but then... Oh, it was another 5, so never mind. Cool. All right. Played it right. 3 dice. Well, that's... Shit. That's, like, not bad. He can reroll 3 of them, so we're going to reroll these 3. He almost had it. Booyah. So he didn't even have to use his AK. Zeus, they're just becoming wizards of this light shit. I'm gonna lean on this because it's working. He just kind of goes, and they're actually starting to have not fun with this, but they're gonna start exploring how they can manipulate the light that comes out from inside of them. He kind of does one of these moves and just creates this like white barrier, light barrier. And the bones come whipping and start bouncing off it. Sam turns, maybe thinking the same thing. He's got to confront the same thing. He gets 3 red dice. He has 1 sense. He's going to go ahead and boost his rage with Cajun Spice. I'll leave that to your imagination how he does that. And then we're going to roll here. I'm not going to remutate this. I guess I should have. Oh, he's off by 1. Nope, it's okay. Right? No? I can... So I get to use this finally. No. 1 tool or golem gift. That's not... Alright, I get 2 because of the crowbar enduring fragment he has. Evaluate versus the threat. Discard 1 omen of doom. Reroll all dice and trash 1 die. I'm going to discard this omen of doom. Reroll all these dice. Much better. And I'm going to trash this 1. I have 13 there. Just in time, Sam's able to... He's a little newer to this than Zeus is. So it takes him a moment to get it right. And when he does it, this bone is stopped right here and bounces off. It was just about to hit him, but it doesn't hit him, but it doesn't, and then this is defeated. The bones, they let the bones waste themselves beating up against, and they don't get back up once they're done. So they just kind of splash up against these walls as they're kind of trapped in this little suffocating hallway of bones, and then they all fall to the ground, and they wait for a minute, and then they are able to move on using the light that they're producing as to see. That was Zeus's turn. Now I could play another omen, but I don't think I'm going to. 1, 2, 3. We'll have to recharge. What is up, Libertera? How are you doing? Right on. I want to do something because he's going to have to recharge it. Well, recharging is not the terrible. It's not the worst thing that can happen. Oh, all right. So we're going to use this bait. During this phase, after he beat this guy, we're gonna display this at this nexus. We meet another monster. We can use bait to avoid it and win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that was the end of Zeus's turn. Doesn't have to draw any cards. Sam is starting, and shit. Scheiße. As they move, they take a left and then another right. Hopefully they're still moving north. But Sam runs into, he turns, and as he turns down a new little hallway, it's just dark. And he can't see past it, and then realizes that the darkness is because he's so close to this very tall and very fucked up thing that's breathing down on him. They're practically everywhere, following these guys everywhere. So, TT, that was Libertera, was you? Right on. Right on. Welcome to the dungeon, my friend. We're dealing with 8-foot tall, that looks like someone hastily sculpted a clown face and put it on this abomination. There's a pack of them hunting Sam and Dr. Zeus right now. Everywhere they're turning, every corner they turn, they're running into them. Sam's going to have to deal with this thing now. This little bait thing that we used isn't going to help right now. Initiate versus a deathless non-true threat. Nope, this is a true threat. We do, however, we have beat 3 of them, so we're going to be able to add 3 to our die roll, which is fantastic. That's freaking fantastic. So this isn't going to be so bad. Walk in the park, bro. We're gonna do soul. We're gonna mutate. Mutation number 4. 1, 2, 3. Fiery again. We're gonna do both of these guys again. 6 and a 4. Hits up number 4. Sacrifice any ally gift played. Okay. Well, we don't have any ally gifts in my hand right now. So he's gonna be able to reroll 5 of these dice. He's gonna use his soul. He gets 2. Plus 1 for sense. I don't have anything to use in my hand. He's going to be rolling 3 dice. Just wait, hold on. Nope. Zeus doesn't have it either. Everybody loves a killer clown. You're actually right. Everybody does. Okay, so we now get, because we've killed 3 of these things, we get plus 3. So he only actually needs a 10 to get this guy. And that's what we got. First roll. Sammy's gonna mess around. The moment he realizes that this thing is what it is, he's getting, well, actually, like I said, they're using that their inner light to light their way through the catacombs, and so he's got his hands lit as he's moving through. And when he turns and he sees the darkness and realizes he's stopped at a torso, and he looks up and there's this thing grinning down at him, and it goes to hit him, and he uppercuts this thing in the throat with his glowing iron fist. That's exactly what I'm imagining too, is Iron Fist. This molten gold light that his fist has become. And he uppercuts this thing, and he leaps up, and in his mind he is actually Ryu. And he jumps up and he just nails this thing, and he feels his fist go up and into its jaw and into its brain. And then he kind of opens his hand when he's up inside its head, and its head just explodes, poof, light. And then he falls back down, and its body just falls, poof, and he has to jump back because it kind of falls down in front of him. And he looks down, and Zeus like, you getting the hang of this, huh? Yeah. How often are we going to be able to use this? Does this run out? I have no idea, as he says. I feel good. You feel good? I feel great. This is what's going to keep them going on this long night, is this light. Is it finally going to run out at some point? Who knows? But for now, it's working for them. It's the only thing they got to keep them through this. Oh, you know what? Shit. I was supposed to roll for his... He's need to roll 3 dice for his... Okay. Right. So, he was fine. All right, so we killed yet another one. Fine. That's 4. Okay. He's gonna end his turn. 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna pass it over. Oh wait, hold on. That was an omen. Hold on. That was an omen. He can now investigate. He's gonna investigate. Chill of the Grave. I haven't met this yet. This is new. Okay. So as soon as this thing falls and that little interaction happens between him and Zeus, he and Zeus step over onto this thing and walk across its body as they keep moving through the catacombs. How long do these catacombs go? Sam's wondering. Like, they're talking like, how many people have lived out here? How many people have lived, Ken? Right on. how many people have lived out here long enough? I mean, it's not a highly populated area, but there's so many bones. There's so many people. Like, what's happened out here? Are these, was this ever Indian? It was not Indian, but it's not Native American because we're in Canada. Tribal? I will just say tribal. Are these tribal burial grounds as well? I haven't seen these because I haven't seen any markings that suggest either. There's no like carvings or things left behind. This is literally packed bones. We're standing in some kind of labyrinth mass grave in nowhere. Alberta, Canada, salt land, salt fields, salt flats. What's going on here? We don't understand what's going on. And that's when the voices start talking. And Zeus goes, What did you say? Sam's, I didn't say anything. Did you hear that? And yeah, I heard that time. I just heard something upstairs. I'm gonna freak myself out here. So the voices start going, and now Sam and Zeus can hear them, and they sound like they're far off having conversations, but then suddenly they sound like they're nearby, and they're coming back and forth, and then but then suddenly they're right next to them, and that's when they realize that whatever's being said, they don't understand the language. Do you understand? No, Z says I can't place it. It doesn't sound. It's foreign. It could be French. It could be tribal. It's a very odd, and it can't tell if it's later on when it pops back in Zeus's head. He realized that it might have been a lot of different things layered on top of each other, and then the way it was being delivered, like almost psychically. That it was just a kind of mishmash, maybe intent, maybe it wasn't even language. It was just a lot of intent behind it. Whatever it was, whatever it is, it drowns out everything. But any noise that Sam and Zeus are making, and it starts actually becoming almost physical, coming around them. We're gonna use this bait. So initiate versus a non-true threat. This is a non-true threat. Sacrifice this to go to win. Discard one ally gift to recycle this gift instead. Oh, because he's going to have to... Do we have a... Well, we have to... We don't have any ally gifts right now, unfortunately. Is it wicked? Or do we just fight it? Evaluate. For each of your deaths, trash one die. Maybe we fight this thing. So Zeus had picked up this frozen. I'm not gonna say he's carrying around a frozen arm, but earlier this evening, in a previous mission, he had found a few frozen body parts. He's not sure why he pocketed them. Maybe to find the owner at some point, or maybe someone would. He's a necromancer, not a necromancer. He's a necrosurgeon, so he could use it. He was going to use it to look at it to see what caused. Actually, it was in the whole. There's a disease being spread around, the pestilence, and he wanted to use it, and when he get a chance, to figure out what this pestilence was. He's got this in his pocket. This is what he's going to use. He's going to take out. It's a new soul. It's going to be attached to a new soul. He takes it out. It's almost like fresh meat, and knowing what they're dealing with, this is less of this abomination kind of thing. It's a little bit more familiar to these guys, ghosts and shit like that. And he takes it out and he throws it down the hall, and the voices follow it as it moves down the hallway behind them. So we're going to use this, sacrifice the bait to defeat this. Go to win. And that was Sam. Wait, can he do? Yes. Yes, we can do that, right? That's anybody. Yeah, Sam does it. So Sam had it in his pocket. We'll just say Zeus did. Mechanically, Sam did. Thematically, Zeus did. Okay, you know what? Sam's only got 3 cards. I'm not going to play any more of his cards. Oh, you know what I could have done too is roll 1 die and go on a 1, go to win, but that didn't happen. All right, so Sam's going to draw back up to 5. 5. We're going to pass the turn over to Zeus. Omen of Doom, Poverty. Oh man, all he's got is Omens of Doom. Alright. And evaluate versus a gift, trash the highest die. This is a new threat too. Oh, Corpsicle. Win, draw 1 new body gift and 1 new rage gift. Lose, sacrifice 1 random body gift and 1 random rage gift from your discard pile. Huh. Here's a scary thought. As they're moving down, they're moving through, keep making their way. Maybe they just keep going right. There's that he's feeling an upgrade, like an upgrade and walking up a little bit, just like slight at first, and now it's a little more noticeable. Not very, not like this, but you know, just a grade. It's just a slight grade moving up. As he's moving forward, he's concentrating so much on in front of him that he takes a moment to look next to him, and the wall of bones has started turning back into dirt. And when this particular dirt, he's looking at it, and there's the dirt is frozen, and in the frozen part is a person, and it freaks Sam out because he wasn't expecting that. He's been seeing bone, but this is a fresher body. It's a fresh body that's frozen, and it's looking at him, and then the eyes move. It looks over at Zeus and looks back at him, and yeah. So he's either using his mind or he's using his body. I'm sorry, this isn't Sam, this is Zeus. So Zeus is either... So his eyes look at Sam and they look back at Zeus. And Zeus, after everything that's happened tonight, I guess the adrenaline has gone ebbed and down because this actually hits him harder than anything else that's bothered him tonight. Well, he's way better in mind than anything else. He starts with 4 dice in mind. And, let's see. Do I want to use that to boost or want to... Okay. He's going to boost his mind with bones. Bones? Like, yeah. And I'm not gonna... Should I mutate it? I guess I shouldn't get cocky. Well, I can sacrifice an ohm too. You know what? We're going to. I'm going to get cocky. I got 5 dice here. Look at that. Look at that bad shit right there. Oh, that was a 5. Zeus is taken aback because of this frozen corpse that's looking at him. He starts smiling against all odds in the ice, and it takes him a minute to just think it through. This thing's locked in ice. There's no psychic kind of energy. Nothing's happening. He turns. He looks away. He calms himself and he looks away. He forces himself to draw 1 new body and 1 new rage gift. Well, all right. Rage. Another poppet. And what's the rage gift? Stakeholder. Look at this. Evaluate versus a deathless threat. Recycle 1 on top of your discard pile. Trash 1 die to add +1. Win versus a non-true threat. Ignore. Reload. Ignore the threats. Terminate and win powers. Okay. When he does this, when he averts his eyes and forces himself to look away, maybe this thing was entrancing him a little bit. He's able to shift his eyes away. When he looks down, this thing had been holding, whether the corpse had been holding, was sticking out of the ice, and it was a stake, and or a stake holder maybe. That was kind of like, the corpse is just holding on to like a belt part. And the rest of the stakes are hanging out of the ice, and tied to that, it's a little doll made out of hair. And Zeus, knowing full well the importance of little dolls made out of hair and stakes, he takes it and he pulls it. And you can feel the corpse kind of pulling back a little bit, but then he pulls hard enough. There's a snap, and he takes it, and he looks back up at the thing. And this time he smiles and he gives it a wink, and it's not looking at him anymore. It's just gone back to being completely dead, frozen corpsicle. However, I got to roll, and if I roll a 1, this sucker goes back in the Nexus. I rolled a 4, so sayonara. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to play another Omen of Doom to explore again. A grimoire. Nice. I haven't. So he won versus a threat, which means he gets to heal 1 card. That's one of his special powers that I always tend to forget. So this is a soul gift. Soul gift. Not 2. Heal all your conjure and surge gifts. Screw it. I got 4 mind. Where did their mind die go? There you are. And then this has got study, and he's got a study of 2, so you add 2. So we're going to see if we can get 16. Close, but no cigar. All right, he does not see the grimoire. That was damage. All right, he is back down to 5 cards. He's not going to have to draw any new cards. We're going to pass this turn over to Sam, who draws an Omen of Doom Deviltry. Oh, we're doing all right. All right. Let's flip this sucker back over to its hope side. Recollection. You may reload 1 random card from your discard pile. Reloaded. Got an Omen. We take that and go again. Charm Bracelet. Okay. He's going to use his mind. His mind's 4 too. Sam also gets 4 dice in his, and he has resist. No, charm. Doesn't he have charm? No. Yes, he does. He does have charm from a fragment. All right, there's 1. I need 12 to see if he sees the charm bracelet on the floor. He does not. There is no 12 there. Burning through this whole deck here. He's going to do another one. Oh. So they're definitely, the grade is definitely happening. They're moving up. They feel like they're moving to the surface. Finally. It feels like they've gone miles and miles. As they're moving through the hall, kind of a little bit further up, it's all ground now on the sides, or it's turned back into kind of like a rough brick. They find a place as he's looking forward. We'll just say suddenly he in the way is that figure that Sam saw on the road, the one that he saw that he avoided, that he made him crash the car, the one he saw when that one patch moved and he saw it behind him. And sure enough, the moment he sees it, he can't hear anything anymore at all, not even his own breath, not his heart. He hears nothing. And as he moves closer, he looks back and kind of looks at Zeus, and Zeus is like, has no idea what's going on. And he looks back, and the figure comes in more into out of the shadow into his light, and it's just one fleshy, pale skinned, no face. It's looking at him. It looks like it makes sound. It looks like it makes a lot of sound, and that creeps Sam out the most, is how much sound it feels like it's making while making no sound whatsoever. Symbol versus body, add one body down. Okay, so this thing is the huntress. This is the thing that's leading the whole pack of hunting. This is the thing for you and I to know that the King of Sunsets has sent to specifically hunt down and slaughter Sam and Dr. Zeus. They're being hunted now, and this is the huntress. And Sam's going to have to deal with it. We're going to use mind. This is a evaluate versus a deathless threat. Well, this is a deathless threat, and we're going to be able to use 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4. So that's cool. So it's only a 14 now. Okay. What do we got? What do we got we can use here? He has wishful thinking. He could use that to boost his mind. He has study 1, so that's cool. During confront, raise the cost of gifts by 1. Okay. As Sam's looking at this thing, and the silence is so deafening that that it's fucking with his mind. He's looking at this thing, and then suddenly he's not sure where he is, and he's slipping in and out of realizing where he is and what's going on. He's grasping really hard to stay focused on what's going on. That's what the die roll is going to represent, is his efforts to fight the confusion that's going on. Right. We're going to mutate because Z's can definitely help here. We're going to mutate one time. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The threat is preserved. We're going to roll on that. We're going to roll on that. 3's probably shitty. Evaluate. Increase the target by 2. So this bad boy's a 20 now. Minus 4 is 16. 16 ain't bad. I mean, it's doable. That was study. Okay. I got lots of things that are going to help me here. So I ain't too worried. Yeah. All right. First roll. We're going to be able to reroll 4 of them. See, that's what I'm talking about right here. That's what I'm talking about. That is 16 plus 4 because we've killed 4 of her patches. Right. The trick Sam finds while he's trying to figure out where he is every time he just keeps thinking about these creatures that he's killed with the light on the road, outside of the mausoleum, inside of the corpse halls, the catacombs. And every time he's able to use those as kind of like hooks to keep his mind going forward, going, I gotta get through this. Whatever this is our main threat. This is the thing we need to take out. And he uses that to move toward this thing. as he does that, as he moves forward and he starts glowing because he's reaching down and pulling it out again, as he starts glowing towards this thing, it turns and disappears because he starts getting really close. It's not able to completely make him forget. Now we're gonna draw an omen, and it's gonna run away to one of the other nexuses. And I don't know. And this is automatically sealed here, so that's cool. He looks back. Sam looks back, and Zeus is standing there. He's not sure what's going on. It takes a couple minutes, and Sam shakes Zeus, and then as he's shaking him, he hears himself saying, "Zeus, Zeus," and then all of a sudden the sound comes back, and Zeus is like, "What just happened?" And Sam's, "I don't know. This is some kind of, the creature we're dealing with is some kind of vacuum, like straight out of oblivion. It brings oblivion with it, and it makes it silent. And if we were playing with other people, if I was playing with other people, if anybody had talked during any of this, they would take soul damage. That's one of the mechanics of this that we're kind of missing out on. Okay. I've got to randomly, I'm going to put one here, and we have 2 locations left. Man, how many omens do we have? Not too bad. Not too bad. We have 2 locations. One's that freaking nowhere, which is just full of shit. Now, the boys, moving on. Come on, hurry. Let's see if we can catch it and just end this. Or get out of here. They move as fast as they can. They got a new wind. They move, and they hit a small room. They come out into like a small, looks like a storage room. And it's a little odd because there's like looks like old film equipment, and some old reels are kind of stacked up, and there is a ladder going up to a trapdoor. So let's see, we're gonna pass the turn to well, Sam's gonna draw back. No, this is discard pile. This is Sam's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're gonna pass the turn to Zeus. They go up into the next area. They find themselves in the back rooms of somewhere. Not quite sure where yet. Zeus is going to play this heal. He doesn't have anything to heal. He's going to flip this over to Hope. A bowline. A spiritual weapon. This back room of sorts is not unlike the room they just came out of. It's a little bit of a storage room. Looks like it's props for something. Maybe the first thing Sam thinks of, as Zeus thinks of, is the plays. Our plays. One thing that stands out, well, maybe, we'll see. We're going to roll. We'll use his soul. His soul is 3. And then he does not have strike. So we'll see what happens. Does he notice it? No, he does not notice the bowline hanging with some other props. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna pass on Zeus and go back to Sam. Omen of Doom, inevitability. Well, he's got 3 omens of doom. Let's start blowing through them. And evaluate an inevitability. Trash 1 die for each die you reroll. Fuck. Well. Look what we have here. So, they come out of this storeroom. Oh, it looks like it has props and stuff. And they find themselves backstage. Zeus has been in several backstages in his lifetime. He knows exactly what they're at the backstage of a theater of some sort, a play theater, not a movie theater. And they're backstage, and there's a lot of different props, humanoid type props. One, however, is much larger than others. And as soon as they come out, it begins to move and it pushes some other ones out of the way and it bellows at them. Roar! Shit, another one. At this point, though, we're ready to rock and roll. Zeus is not going to screw, and this is his time to shine. I'll allow myself that shit. Okay. Wait, this is Zeus's turn, right? No, we pass it over to Sam. No, this is Sam's turn. All right, it's not Zeus's time to shine. I take that back. It's Sam's time to shine yet again. He's got to roll his 2 soul and 1 sense and not roll. Yes, he got a 10. So we're good. He did not get freaked out. These things do not freak him out. We've killed 4, so wait. Yep, just minionese. So we've killed 4 of them so far, so that's +4. So he only needs a 9 and soul. No, we don't want to reroll. We'll have to trash 1 die for each die you reroll. I don't want to do that. He hits so I don't want to mutate, is what I'm saying. Mutation means I can reroll. Huh. No, I definitely want to fight this guy because this means we're going to seal this. And that's good. Very good. So let's finish him. Finish him! Wow, we're not in a good place to fight this guy right now. Not at all, man. I need to do something. I don't want to reroll. I don't have any deaths, so that's not going to help. Shit. I think I'm going to have to rack up as many dice as possible and then hope that I can reroll. I need like 6 dice would be the perfect to be able to get past this. Why did I play that? Why? Oh, they should be doomed too. Evaluate versus a threat. Increase mind and soul targets by 1. Boo! Boo! Damn. Well, I can avoid him. I don't want to avoid him. That's going to make this go longer. Okay. Let's do it. We're going to add more. Well, I got one thing up my sleeve that's going to help. And he's not going to be able to add any dice for me. I'm only going to get 3 dice. So re-rolling isn't. Or I'll get 4 dice. Okay, fuck it. We're using rage. We're going to rage out. Sam's tired of these fucking things. It's time to put him down. He gets 3 rage. That's his rage value. He gets 1 for sense. We're not going to re-roll because we're going to make this happen here. I got one other trick up my sleeve. Here we go. All right, so that's not enough. That's 9 and then 2. 9, 10, 11. We need 3 more. Okay, so now it's a 1. So wishful thinking. Explode dice that show a result equal to your mind virtue. Okay. All right, so wishful thinking. During the evaluate steps, which what we're doing, we can explode dice that show a result equal to your mind virtue. His mind virtue is 4. We have 1 4. Exploding means we're not going to re-roll. We're going to roll an additional die. 1. I wish we'd rolled a couple more 4s. This would be more helpful, but this is not a re-roll. This is a... Oh, that was a frickin' 6. That is 15. Wishful thinking came through. That's a recycle too. What cool way is Sam gonna fuck this guy up? So he's gonna use a prop this time. Pun intended. Is that a pun? He's Sam comes running at this thing. He picks up something heavy, something big and something heavy. Maybe it's a light fixture. Yes, that would make the most sense because it amplifies it. He picks up a light fixture that's off, but when he picks it up, it bursts into light, and he swings it around, and he points it at the patch, and the light hits him. From him, channeled through this light fixture, just it's like a cannon. It's like a lightsaber cannon. It's just and it just blows this thing a huge hole in its chest, and it just looks down. And then when it looks back up, Sam's right there, and it hits him again with the light, and just a head explodes, and all glistening light, and then it falls, and we have yet killed. Oh, I forgot. We get. You know what? I didn't even need to re-roll that die. I didn't even need to play that card. I forgot. I have a +4 here, so wishful thinking didn't even need to happen, because that would have been 9, 10, 11 plus 4 is 15. So we're going to bring wishful thinking back out. We're just old pros at killing these fucking things now. That is +5. Haha. To seal this, he's got to suffer 2 mind damage, which means he's going to discard 2 of these cards. I will gladly suffer that mind damage. So the strain's gotten to Sam, though. He's huffing and puffing on top of this thing. A little more than maybe he should have been. And Zeus comes over and is, are you all right? And Sam's like, I don't know. I'm feeling a little strung out. He's not feeling as chipper as he was before mentally. Things are starting to get to him. How many of these things are there? Are they going to go on forever? Is this going to be just the way life is from now on? Every 5 fucking steps, these crazy things are going to come looking for us. So he says, it's almost over. It's over. Let's just get out of here. And luckily, we have closed this. So we are heading out of the theater. Now, the theater is just outside of town, but it might as well, in this snowstorm, be like miles outside of town, because when they open that door and they come out, what kind of happy thing? Oh, what would you have suggested? I mean, you could totally make a suggestion. I will rewrite that scene. Sam's got to draw up. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something happy. I don't know. I don't know what would be happy. I can't do happy. I'm so emo. Okay, it's Zeus's turn. They open the door. The side of this thing's head and the light bash. We're gonna add a happy little exploded head here. Omen of doom frailty as they walk into the nowhere. So, oh wait, hold on. Okay, she wasn't in there. Alright, she wasn't in the theater. It's out here. Or she might be the wrong term. It is in the nowhere. Alright, we move here. Start. We shuffle a new threat and a new soul. Jeez, dude. This is a nasty nexus. All right, Zeus. He's got to play. He's only got 2 Omens of Doom. He's going to play one. I'm not even going to begin to deal with that. Oh, God. Contagion. They're back in the world. They're back in the above world. As they're moving, hopefully, they see flickers of light because they're not that far from being like in a more populated part of the town. So they're moving that way, and they're moving past a car that's been just parked, and they can't tell if they're in a parking lot or what. And a hand is banging against the glass, and Zeus moves over there to see if it's somebody he can help. And the window starts rolling down, and a hand comes out to grab him as he's looking. A hand comes out, and let's see. And evaluate trash dice showing a number lower than your saint's value and the target virtue. All right, well, we're definitely using mind. So anything below a 4, he's going to lose. That's fine, because they're not going to be very helpful anyway. This is not a deathless threat, though, so we're not going to get a lot of help from our +5, which would have been happy. So it's, anyway, 4. His study is 2, so it's pretty dope. We're going to use that, and... Oh, you know what? Before... No. This puppet sucks. No, he's not going to do any of that. Okay, fine. Evaluate versus a death threat cycle. Okay. All right. Do we mutate? Should we mutate? Do I dare? Do I care? You and all your assisting states bury the top card of their deck. Oh, this is great. We do want to mutate because we trashed the die. He's going to mutate. Whoops. It's a 5. We trashed the die, so it has no effect as part of this. Sam's there to help. He can reroll 4. We need a 15. All right. We're going to trash these, but his number is a 4, so we're going to be able to keep 2 of these. That is 14. Oh, shit. He needs a 15. So we're keeping all these. These get... Oh, wait. We're going to reroll first, then trash. We'll trash and reroll. We're going to keep these and reroll these. We need a 5. Still this. Now we rolled 2. We can reroll 2 more. We risk losing them. We need 1, and I can do that. I can make that happen, I think. Yes. Contraptions. Sacrifice 1 tool. Lower the cost of this by 1. He's going to sacrifice the stakeholder, which is a tool. That's a tool. Sacrifice it? No. Is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. Straight up sacrifice. Stakeholder's gone. He this hand comes out, and he just does the first thing he thinks of. He's holding it. For some reason, he's been holding one of the stakes. He just kind of throws it at the hand, and the hand catches it and drags it back in. And the person comes up, and it looks like whatever this that's called the spindles is what the disease is. It's ripping through the town, brought to the town by the messenger, and it's slowly turning them into zombies, slowish. You can see the effects of it. It's like it makes your skin like a scab, and then the pus builds up beneath the skin, and your skin starts shifting. And that's kind of like the later stage, and then you die, and then you kind of come back, kind of, and then he sees that this person's already kind of far gone, and he should have put it out of its misery. He tossed those things. He comes back and he grabs the stake, one of them right off the thing, and he shoves it right into this person's eye as far as it goes, and steps back, kind of like a mercy kill, because it won't turn into a zombie at that point. Man, we need an Omen of Hope so we can stop shuffling new things into this deck. We really, really do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have an Omen of Doom. Omen of Hope. He just drew one for next turn. All right, new turn. We've got an Omen of Hope here. That's good, but we're still shuffling a Threat and a Soul Gift into here. We need... Oh my god. This is way too many cards. Way too many. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Like I said, we're playing Omens of Hope. Flip this over. May shuffle one new body gift. It ain't happening. Symbol versus gift. Add one bonus tile. Come on. Dachshund Swat. Huh. These are like some of the toughest ones to fictionalize. Because this is like a networked threat. They're in the middle of nowhere. Well, we're just gonna run it. We're just gonna fight it. This is Sam. His mind and his hack is 2. He's an 8. That's not a problem for this first part. So he's going to be able to play gifts, and now he's got to take this out. How did Aleph find him again? It's like, so this reminds him as the drones come out of the snow, kind of come down out of the snow above them and kind of start circling them. Reminds him that not only are they being hunted by whatever this new thing is, Aleph is paying a lot of attention to them for some reason. We thought we had a truce. But maybe the fact that they've developed Zeus and he have developed these very easy to use programs that find their back doors, all the drones and bots back doors. Maybe that pissed him off. Maybe that's why Sam's tablet or phone deck is like going nuts right now with sounds. He pulls it out to take care of this with frozen hands before it gets out of control and these drones do something bad. Body or soul. Such a weird mix. He doesn't have shit to play either. He doesn't have charm. He's got 2. Okay, we're going to use soul. We're going to do the same thing we do for. We're going to mutate it. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Terrifying. And he's going to be able to roll. We're going to roll 2 dice. 4. Reload 1 gift. Okay, fine. The only gift he's got. Alright, he's going to be able to reroll 5 of these. He needs a 6. Wait. Shit. Alright, I think we're going to lose this one. I'm going to reroll 2 more. 2. Okay, I could reroll 5 of them. I rerolled 2, so I got 3 more rerolls. 2. 3. 4. So I have 2 6s and a 1. Can I flip that sucker? That would be awesome. No. None of that's gonna happen. I think we're taking damage finally. We're finally right. Yes. Oh, Aleph, you found us at the right time, you bastard. You got right in there, opportunist. So that is 4 points of damage right there. Am I forgetting anything? No, I'm not forgetting a damn thing. 4 points of damage. I can mitigate rage. Ooh, here we go. One of the special things of this mission is damage. You may add 1 fragment to the well That's a secret kind of nexus that's going to come into play in the very final mission of this book. I can add a fragment to the well to decrease rage or soul damage by 5. I will do that. It doesn't say I have to add my own fragment to it. I'm going to add a random fragment to the well, because I don't really know what that means. If that's a really bad thing or kind of bad thing. We're going to do that. And get my cards from falling over. And then decrease that damage by 5. So he does not take the damage, which is good, because he's got a bunch of omens in his hand. And all right, this is going to get shuffled back in, which is a joke at this point. I'm really good at shuffling things back on top. The things I don't want to come back. Okay, he voided that. So what happened? He's able to he just shuts off his phone, and the bots, drones kind of circle them, but then they must decide that, are told not to do anything. Maybe the truce is still in place, because they dissipate and go away off into the darkness. I'm sure to reappear in some bullshit way sooner or later. He's got 4 omens in his hand. We're going to spend them all because we need to bust through this. Right. Well, not through all of them. Suffer 1 rage or body damage. He's going to have to discard one of these. I'm going to discard this one. And come on. Ooh, a deathless cryptid. Add 2 mutation dice, huh? If we mutate. We're not going to mutate. Right? Okay, rage or body. Rage. The snow. Out of the snow. All right, so it hasn't taken them long to start feeling like hyperthermic. The guys, it's so freaking cold. They've been through a lot. It's starting to get to them. Sam's cuddled up Aziz as they're moving through, hoping to it's just a wall of white now. They're of the snow coming down. They're hoping they just run into a building or something, a store, a street, a house, something. But they're just moving through this almost impenetrable wall of snow. And they're both looking down when they run into snow, like harder snow. And at first, Sam's excited because he looks up like it's got to be a building or something. But it's just a huge pile of snow, like a mountain of snow that just kind of opens up. And he can't believe he's seeing this, because at first it looks like it's then he thinks, then his mind goes to maybe it's a construction truck or something that's lifting stuff off with a forklift. But the snow just kind of opens, like it's almost like it's creating a tunnel for them, is what it's doing. It just kind of opens, like a mouth opens, like a viper's mouth opens. And that's when Sam realizes that the snow, he's like, man, how is this? And then he's seeing like these large jagged kind of things hanging off, which aren't ice. They're perfectly made out of snow. And he's like, how is that even staying together? And that's when he mentally takes a step back and looks at what's happening. And it's just this giant fanged mouth of snow has opened up in front of them, expecting them to walk into it. We're going to do rage, right? 3 rage. He has sense. I don't want to mutate. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. All right, fine. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's haunting. got to roll three mutation dice. Got to keep the lowest. 2, terminate. Confront one new deathless threat. You know what? Why did I mutate? I'm not going to mutate. Screw that. I'm not going to mutate, and I'll tell you why. This is a deathless threat. I've got 5 plus 5 sitting over here. This is now a 9. I'm not freaking mutating. Screw that. All right. He gets 3 plus the 1. All right, we're going to roll with this. I can do 10. There, see? That's 11. Sam screams at this, which this scream gets lost in the wind. But he screams right back at its big open mouth. And he starts making a living, like a standing snow angel. He runs into this thing and starts going like this, using both his body, a little bit of the light. It doesn't really matter. He's breaking the snow up, screaming at this thing. And Zeus is watching him like he doesn't even see what's going on. He just sees Sam attacking a large hill of snow. This was on the Doom side, by the way. We have killed that sucker. He's going to play yet another Omen of Doom to keep moving. Just keep moving. Dead Man's Switch. Rage Gift. Wicked. Like it. Dr. Zeus could use that. 12 Rage. Does he have Strike? He doesn't have Strike. We'll roll the 3 dice and see what happens. Does he find it? Damn, he does not find it. Too busy fighting snow. Alright, Sam's going to play his last card. It's an Omen of Hope to flip this sucker back over so that Zeus won't add more cards to this. And a symbol using Soul, add 1 bonus die. Come on. Oh boy. It's just monster after monster after monster. Sam waving, bursting. He feels like he's gone nuts. All of this, and it isn't even the cold or being tired that's getting to him. Like I'd said in the beginning, the suffocating, the despair's riding shotgun with Sam tonight. Their failure to stop the messenger from delivering the whatever this fucked up pestilence is, the constant being harrowed constantly by these things, and obviously being hunted. It's almost he's feeling like, and then you add the snow and the cold, and of course, and everything on top of that. Sam's just blindly lashing out, destroys this cryptid's, like whatever this snow beast is, and that's when he hears a voice call out, and he looks and he swears he sees his sister. What saves him is it can't be his sister because his sister's dead, and that's what makes him, it keeps him like grounded enough to know he's got to do something about this lost soul, whatever this is, in the nothing, in the snow. Evaluate trash the highest die. Fuck you. Symbol using soul, add 1 bonus die. Oh, this is great though. This is a deathless threat. We got +5. This is a 4. Plus I got a bonus die. So he's going to do this plus the bonus die for this, and another bonus die for sense. That's 5. He has no cards to play, but I'm not worried. He needs a 4. He's got to trash the highest die, which is a 5. That gives him 7. And so he when he sits, he's looking at it, he's stunned. He hasn't seen Cindy in so long, and she looks just like she did at 14 before she died, but then she died, and that's what rips through his head, and he shakes his head, and he just sends a little bit. This time he just, and like it's almost like a mercy thing, like he just sends a little bit of his energy out. He just sends a little bit. It doesn't even like light, and it's only Zeus that notices the flick of light that transfers, that kind of just goes off, and Zeus is hurrying towards him through the snow, and he just sees something leave Sam very quickly, and he looks out, and there's nothing there. And he comes up at Sam, and he grabs him. He's like, "Are you okay?" And Sam's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?" And taking care of Zeus is what's going to keep Sam sane right now. And they continue on into the blizzard. This is quite a slog here. Hopefully we're going to run into the baddie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sam needs an extra shot. Good. He's got it. And he can use it during his... Right? No, let's... Okay. Zeus's turn. Omen of Doom. He does not have to put any more cards in, so that's freaking fabulous. He's going to play an Omen of Doom Affliction. He's got to suffer a body damage. He's going to discard a Pop It. These things are freaking useless, I think. And, come on. Pocket full of roses. We all fall down. That's posies, isn't it? Should be pocket full of posies. Isn't it pocket full of posies? There's a pocket full of roses. It must have been roses. That'd make a lot more fucking sense. To keep the smell of the plague. Not a bad card. Can he get it? 3 soul. Let's see. 3 soul. He has sense, right? Yes, he's got sense. So 4 needs a 9. All right, we got something. Look at that. Pocket full of roses. What do? Decrease rage or soul damage to 0, then heal 1. Psh. Okay, I'll take it. Let's throw another Omen of Doom down. All right, it's that one. They're just fair game. The King of Sunset is throwing everything in its power at them right now. He's got them cold, run down, tired, in the middle of a snowstorm. To them, they could be 50 miles away from everything. They could be 500 feet away from everything. He's got them where he wants them, and he's throwing everything at them, including a Strix, like a demon owl, basically. And it's not deathless, so don't get to add anything to it. This is Zeus. Well, rage. Resist. He's got resist. I wish this was deathless. Oh, and then if he shows a number lower than his saint's value in that virtue, oh, this is good. Because if he uses body, if anything lower than a 2, he has trash, which is fine-ish. We can evaluate. We can fucking. We're gonna mutate this guy, right? Because then Sam can help with rage. 3. 1, 2, 3. This thing's rock solid. We're gonna roll 2 because Zeus can help himself with rage. Oh fuck. Okay, 1. Trash the highest die. You got it. Okay. Let's add a bunch of dice. All right. So Zeus gets 2 rage die. He's got 1 for resist. Actually, he's got resist is 2 now. He's got 4 dice. He's gonna have to ditch the highest one. Sam really shouldn't be helping. We're gonna roll and see what happens. Oh wait, initiate. He's got to roll mind. He's got 4 in mind with sense, so he's got 1 extra bonus. Yeah, that's okay. He's not scared of no Strix. I ain't afraid of no Strix. Okay, that's kind of rolls I like seeing, Zeus. That's 14. This thing comes out of nowhere, and it's like flying at Zeus's face before Zeus realizes it's coming for him. But what did Zeus use? He just No, he just raged out on this thing. What is he at? Where's his hand? Zeus grabs this thing, and it's got its claws. The claws are coming at it. He's got it. He's fighting it. And he, instead of fighting it, Zeus has been around for a long time. He's almost 70 years old. It's crazy that he's still able to do this stuff, but he is a saint. He is stronger than most people. Instead of fighting this thing, though, he's able to catch it in its wings before its claws can get at him. And he lets himself kind of fall back because it's snow. He's not going to hurt himself. And he lets it fling it, judo-esque, flings this bird back and lands in the snow and struggles in the snow. And that's when Sam comes and finishes it off for him. With his pearl-handed revolver. Boom! Zeus almost doesn't hear the gunshot over the wind. We did not lose. We beat you. Sayonara. Zeus gets up. And they continue on. This time, sweet release. Omen, death. What does that mean? Flip your next as a hope and investigate it. And evaluate. Trash any number of dice equal to that number, then slot this omen. Mission win, sacrifice this omen. Oh, it's a death. Oh, okay. And evaluate, trash any number of dice to heal that number. Oh, okay. Flipping this back over to hope. Come on, man. Friendly Geist. It's an ally. Souls 8. Well, 1, 2, 3. I'm glad it's actually, because it means he can. Well, he's only got one card in his discard pile. We need to heal Sam. Is what needs to happen. All right, we'll do this. 3. He does not have charm. That's for sure. 7, 8. Oh wow, he rolled an 8. Zeus doesn't realize this yet, but it's not all monsters out in the middle of this nowhere that's following them, that's been drummed up by the King of Sunset. There is one that's a spirit that's attached itself to Dr. Zeus. That's not a bad thing, but Zeus doesn't know it yet. We're going to not trash any cards to heal. And now Zeus is out of omens. He's going to draw one card. Pass the turn to Sam, who has an omen of doom now. He's only got one omen. That sucks. Evaluate. Come on, come on. Another pocket full of roses. Oh, Sam's going to use an extra shot to heal 3. Oh, he's skilled in resist, so he heals. No, he's not. No, he's not. 1, 2, 3. But 3's good. 3's going to keep him alive. That's a sacrifice. All right. Back to this. We're going to do... See if we get this. 3 rage. In 1 sense. Holy crap, dude. Okay. Pocket full of roses is in his hand. How many omens have we got? 3 turns left. We need to... Shit. We need to find this chick. This thing in here. To win it. We don't have to win it, though. He has no more omens, so he's got to pass his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I don't know if you guys are hot. It's hot here in Michigan, man. I am muggy here. What happened to my fall, man? Okay, Omen of Hope. Oh, and we have to add... I straight up hate this Nexus. I don't want to ever play this Nexus again. I don't like one that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. a sad state of affairs, my friends. Come on. You be. All right, he does have an Omen of Doom and an Omen of Hope, so that's good. We're going to play an Omen of Doom. Out of the, let's see. No. Out of the darkness, Zeus thinks it's a trick, but it's not. It's yet another one of these fucked up clown things. He's got to roll his soul. He's got to roll his soul and the sense. He's got 1 for sense. And he's not burying any cards. Now he's got to fight it. We'll use his soul. He's got +1, 2. He's got +5 still, yep. So that's only an 8. He's going to use these pocket full of roses to add another. And we're not going to... That's a sacrifice? No, it's a discard to boost. We're going to roll this. We need an 8. 10, 13. Now it is Zeus's turn to shine. And he's not letting this thing get even anywhere near them. He's going to straight up practice a fireball. A Haruken, right? That's the Haruken, right? Where he shoots the fireball like this. Zeus doesn't know where he picked that up. Could have been from playing D&D that one time, casting a fireball. It could have been from playing Street Fighter. But whatever, he sends, he looks in, finds himself still with a good well of light within him, and sends it arcing out in a ball. Blows this thing out. I'm having fun now with it. Yes. This thing... Hold the phone, though. We may have just really got fucking lucky. We just really got lucky. Yes, TT. Yes, this was a Minion A. Fucking fantastic. This was a Minion A, which means we get to go to Sanctify. He draws 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And then this cannot be sealed if there are any other nexuses. There are no other nexuses. So we are going to do this. And we go, okay, we got to look through here and to see if there's any masters. There's 1 master. All the rest of the cards go away. This cannot be sealed now because there's a master here. Zeus is going to end his turn. Yes, he's going to end it. No. Zeus is going to take this bitch on. We're going to play an Omen of Hope. So this flips over and he gets to go again. He examines 1. Well, we know it's her. When he does this, when he blows this thing, the fireball, the light ball hits it. And instead of going through it, it like explodes all over it. It starts screaming, but Zeus doesn't hear it. He's kind of far away though, so it's okay. But then all of a sudden he realizes everything else around him is silent. There's he can't hear the wind anymore, or the crunch of his feet, and this thing's flaming silently, and it falls. And when it falls, it reveals this figure behind it. And Zeus recognizes it right away from the thing that was down in the corridors. And Zeus squints his eyes and he's like, this is the bitch that's been dogging them this whole way. And he summons up a little bit of stamina to take her on, to take it on. And he's struggling because he's forgetting what he's doing and why. This thing's making him forget. Okay, they raise the cost of gifts by 1. Okay. Anything else crazy about this thing? This is a deathless threat, which means we've defeated 6 of her brood, so that's a 12. We're definitely using mind. Question is, we're finishing this 3 blessings. The question is, do we mutate? Well, oh wow. So raising the cost of gifts by 1 means that instead of discarding this, I'd have to sacrifice it to use it to get more mind dice. What has Sam got to help out? A Wolfram cube. Oh, man, I don't want to mutate. But I really should. Because... Alright, we're going to do it. For the last fight of the game, we're going to mutate 1, 2, 3, 4. She is incorporeal. Alright, Sam, we're going to roll 1 mutation die, because Sam can help with 4. I like it. Evaluate when sensing. Decrease the target by 2. We are not... Well, we might be able to sense. Actually, we could... Nope. No sensing. Okay. Well, so anyway, it doesn't hurt us, so that's cool. We're going to be able to reroll 4 of these. This is perfect. Zeus, struggling to remember. Well, we'll get to that in a second, actually. I got an idea. All right, so his study is 2. So he gets to add 2 bonus dice. So right off the bat, we're at 6 dice. That's -6 up here, so all we need is a 12 out of these. I don't even know if I need to waste any of these cards. We're not going to. We're going to roll these right here. Six, 5, and 4. Way more than enough. At first, a couple times he's like, "What? Wait, what are we doing here? Why?" He's confused, and then he's not sure of himself because he's just a forgetful old man who wandered out in the snow. But he's able to keep coming back. I mean, he looks at this thing. And he's looking at the flaming thing in the ground. He just has to work at it, but he keeps coming back. And the second time he gets himself out as he's walking towards this thing, we'll just call her her. Fuck it, it's her. He latches on to reality, the iron grip. He actually uses the light this time internally to kind of protect his mind. And he's thinking back. And he's thinking of all the research he's done, because Zeus is pretty much the archivist of the saints, of all the saints. And because of what's happening and him not forgetting, he realizes the kind of thing he's dealing with, what the Lethe is, an ancient spirit that of forgetfulness and draining memories and that sort of thing. And so... to combat it, he realizes he starts that's one thing he has is lots and lots of memories, being 70 years old, and what he does is he starts thinking about all the ones that he remembers the best, which are all his experiments and all the different things he's done. And with the scientific method, he'd done so many different tests and so many different ways of studying. He's a necrosurgeon, so dead bodies and death and the way things work. He just starts running through all the different lab nights he'd spent up late, all the different charts and graphs he's made, all the data. He starts pouring data into his brain, which he's always been able to remember data. Like he's got like a photographic memory when it comes to data and studies, everything. He's just filling his mind with that. And it acts as this kind of counterforce and counterbalance to what the Lethe is trying to do to him. And as he's moving forward and the combining with the light that's kind of protecting his mind, he himself is becoming this like living, breathing memory of everything as he's walking towards this being who starts, and he's while he's looking at it, he's thinking all this stuff. He realizes that he looks at her analytically, and it's not a her because there's like no femininity to it. It's like a blank person, but it's making all these motions, like it's making a lot of noise and he can't hear it. Which is really weird. He thinks is like it's got some kind of void, vacuum around it. that maybe if there's something in there, in that vacuum, introduce a new thing to that vacuum, maybe that'll extinguish it. So he walks up with him and his memories and everything he's got and everything he's ever remembered and studied, and he walks into its little globe of oblivion. And once he moves into it, then he hears it screaming. It screams then, and he hears it, and it just blows out, and it pretty much blows out his mind too. Just wipes his mind clean for just a second. But luckily the light that was he had imagined kind of circling his brain kicks back in, and he's back, but the Leith isn't. It's just, he felt it just kind of explode into nothingness and get swallowed up by its own vacuum. It's kind of imploded. And when he looks out, the snow has stopped, and there's a road, and there's subdivision going up subdivision, and a Quickie Mart over here to the left. I struggled between 7-Eleven and Quickie Mart. And he looks back, and there's Sam coming up behind him, and he's like, "Are you okay?" to Zeus, and Zeus says, "We need to get inside. Come." And he drags him into the Quickie Mart, into the warmth, and there's just a bored teenager working at the counter. "Wow, you were walking around in that? Wow, I got some here. I got some sweaters in the back." And he runs in the back and comes back out with sweaters for them, and puts them on and gives them some hot coffee and stuff. And that finishes the mission for tonight. Fragments, the things we've remembered today. The back of the mission ones are always the best ones, those are the enduring fragments. Best as in powers, not necessarily best in writing. They're all great though. The seeing. The feeling that you reside inside yourself is an illusion, as Dr. Jacoby proved with his damned tests. Now instead of being locked inside your body, your sense of self floats silent and free. At first it was liberating, like flying, until you saw what lay behind the masks others wear. Even when you gouged your eyes out, you could still see. Mission end. When rebuilding your deck, keep one more soul gift. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give that to Sam, because Sam only has 2 soul. And I'm going to have to get rid of one of these to do it. I'll figure that out later. All right, and then the other 2 we have, either one of these we've never read before, the mystery gift. Your name was on the tag, but not on the givers. But not the givers. The head-size, ornately carved, hinged wooden box wasn't much of a gift for a 7-year-old. You stuffed the socks from Aunt Phoebe inside and left it under the tree. The next day the socks were gone. Mom punished you for throwing them away. That was the year Aunt Phoebe disappeared. Draw one new gift matching their lowest virtue. The teddy bear. You know it's not the same one. You lost that years ago, miles and miles away. But the resemblance is uncanny, and the smell of it reminds you of a time so long ago. A time when you were surrounded by love, when the world made sense. A time when you were safe. Sacrifice may give each person whose turn it is 1 card. Let's do teddy bear. And then Zeus had a teddy bear one time, and many millions of years before. Thank you, TT. TT2KB. Yeah, and then so that was the show for tonight. Next week is the boys are gonna be heading back towards the hospital to meet up with their friend Dr. Richard Lazarus, hoping that they might have some cots set up so they can get some sleep. Spoiler alert: they're not gonna get any sleep. This is gonna be one long freaking night for these guys. We'll see if they make it. Until then, hey McTeddy, you have a good night too, man. Viva the dungeon!